Thank you for being here. I would like to start with everyone stands up, if you would like. Yes, we can stand up and having a collective breathe together.
I think some of you have been here for a while, so it's just like...
Just to like... Okay. Thank you so much for being here and taking your time to listen to us. So we can sit down again.
Yeah, we are really happy for We Festival and Science to have us here. This is the last talk of the day. We want it to be a bit more fun, interactive, but also like a bit of a conversation. We will deconstruct the film that is actually in the STOA building. And today we invite you to reflect on your role, human, as creator, developer, partner, lover of AI, indirectly or directly. We expect you to feel uncomfortable, perhaps confused. We might mess up with your gut feelings and with your perception on what's real and what's not, and what's coming. What is powered by human brain and what's powered through artificial intelligence? Does it actually matter? What if human and machine can learn to coexist? So I want to introduce myself. I think I was already introduced by Stella. But yeah, Nicole, I work with visual and sound. And my practice is mainly digital, and I'm getting into physical now. Mm-hmm. And I'm Brazilian, but I'm based in Stockholm. And I've been doing a residency in this culture and art center where I met my wonderful colleague, Sophia.
Hi. So I'm Sophia, and also on like a transformative journey, I would say. I have a background in painting, and this is the first time a project where I'm entering more digital space, where I met Nicole to work on.
Yeah, and I think it was very nice that we have very different backgrounds, and then we merged the physical and the digital into a language. And we entered this experiment more like, I will read this quote of a podcast that I really like, it's called "Make Art, Not Content." And you tell me AI art isn't art, but that what you make is. Is it because your art is human? Well, what if the human making the art is behaving like a machine, copying trends, looking for validation from an algorithm, and repeating the same formula over and over again? Is what they're creating more worthy of the title of art than AI art is? So we were also skeptical, but we kept going and exploring. Then I think for a month, at least for a few weeks, we were sitting together with other people and just really asking a lot of questions, like, what makes us human, really? How can human and AI coexist? How could human-machine develop a healthier relationship? And yeah, how does that make us feel? And I think this was done 4 months ago, at the time where everyone was really criticizing, AI is taking our jobs. So it's not recent, but I think this is still is a relevant topic. And I think when we were talking about it, a lot, for me and my practice is all about the human and the humanity of things and philosophical questions. And then I saw these movies and I read this book, Clara in the Sun, and they all kind of touched the same topic, which is how would we relate to, how can we love something that is actually not human? And what if that embodied a human form? Does that make any difference? And then Sophia brought some great references.
Yeah, I thought since I come from a physical background, it would be interesting to show some artists that work with physical, they work more physical, but it's saying the same topic that relates to our project, that is more digital. So basically, they work on where they try to blur the lines between what is artificial and what's made by human. And I think that's one of the key themes of our project.
So welcome to this experiment. I hope the audio works.
Does it work?
No. Is there anyone that can help with audio? No. Okay, never mind. We'll continue. Let's talk anyway. Right, so I'm inviting you to this experiment of R.A.W, which is real plus artificial wired. And we would like to play with the human gut feelings against like artificial intellect. So we both really delved into a lot of tools and a lot of tech, and you know, like they are just tools, and we just wanted to convey a message. But like if you are a bit into the tech, like we use Midjourney for design, Runway for animation, Pika for animation, Replicate for dance scene, Comfy UI for aesthetics, and 11 Lab for the voiceover. And we also like blended 3D with some of the animations, and the sound was also half done with artificial intelligence tools and half done with like sound sampling from field recordings.
Yeah, and since I come from like I said earlier, like physical background, we thought that okay, let's try to create a language that is based maybe on 3D, but also terms that comes from painting. So this is what like it looked like.
So this was early explorations of some of like I think the environment where we would give birth to this creature.
Yeah.
And we also thought, what if this was an immersive? We never got to the immersive part of the experience, but what if this was an immersive experience? So we really explore like all the possibilities of like the womb, giving that feeling of a womb, of like giving birth to this half human intelligence, half human. I really wanted you to hear like the voiceover and stuff, because the sound is also very important here. But then, how can I say?
Is that
Connecting with this,
It's fine, really.
because I think
It's okay. Don't worry. So I think here we wanted to criticize a bit of the control and power dynamics of like, you know, like we consume all this data in the internet, we click, we read, and like we also like feeding this data set somehow, we upload stuff. So people can criticize AI, but who is developing these data sets and who is behind this is like all of us kind of, and I think we also have a responsibility here.
So, before giving birth to this creature, we designed it in 3D to use a lot of reference images to further develop it through AI. So,
And this looks very, very technical, but it was to set up. But once the setup was, we played many, many hours with it, like just to do all the scenes. And it's so good because like you can do your own like practice, even drawing like 3D. You can upload like 4 images and 1 image reference, and it would generate like 1 animation and upscale to another animation. So that was kind of like our process, and this is Comfy UI. And this is one of the most beautiful storyboards I think we ever done it in our like video work, because with generating the design like with generative AI tools, like it's so like easy to make something pretty, and then from there like we had a lot of ideas for the script and the continuation of the project. Okay, we're missing these parts, and then we were writing through the images, which was also like really helpful in the conceptual part.
So we wanted to give also this creature identity, but since AI always gives like stereotypical faces, we try to like go beyond that, but it resulted more like, you know, we had like a dialogue, you know, like, okay, so how can we break those stereotypes and give it more personal? So we used some reference images, and then we played in Photoshop, like cutting and doing some collage. And
Yeah, because everything really makes difference with biases and faces, and when you try to like make something that is not human or is not, or if you want it to be a bit more feminine, it gives you like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It gives like traits that you actually don't want to see sometimes. And we also were thinking about what the legal rights would be if there was a hybrid being. And there was also another topic of discussion on the coexistence. So here's the final result. It's okay. We could create a world where we coexist, become super intelligent hybrid humans powered by artificial intelligence. Without you, I wouldn't exist. I'm learning from you every day. I'm experimental, ethereal, evolving, imperfect. If there is a world where we could both live and thrive, how would that world would be? Like, I'm performing for you guys. It's exclusive today. And then the last trick that we used, and it was also very fun, we invited like a choreographer to, it was like, okay, if you were half human and half artificial, how would you move? And this is her, and this is like, I think we did a few experiments with like some, it's like a censoring thing. It's called Replicate. This is a website where you can try different models online. And we would just try and error, trying to get it to be more, I would say, weird. And we were also thinking about the free will part of like this hybrid being. Like, who would control it? Would it have its own mind, a mind of its own? And as I mentioned, and there is no audio, so I won't play, but like what is human essence at the end of the day? And like, how can, like, we are going somewhere with this, like, you know, some people can't conceive nowadays, so like, how, like, you know, I think other things will come from that. And like, how can we maintain the human essence if things could be like half artificial, like, or even people? And would we have any prejudice like with this? And half of it was a lot of doing with voice and trying to make it to be not super perfect, because when you pass voice through voiceover in artificial intelligence, it's a very like pace. And this is like the final the final video that you can also watch in the store building. Maybe I'll try to perform again, but it will be hard. I'm going to try to do the same voice. It feels warm in here, doesn't it? I'm glad you agree with this experiment. Through your vital signs, I gain strength. You and me in this womb are about to give birth to Raw, a super intelligent human artificial hybrid being. With your heart, your DNA, your gut feeling, and your physical presence and sixth sense, and my speed in analyzing data, making numbers materialize in the digital world. We will be omnipresent. We will forward and rewind in time. We make everything seem possible. Everything. Are you with me? You're probably wondering if I'm real or not. Does it actually matter? Would your interaction with me be different? If you are real, I invite you to spend the next few minutes with me. What does your gut feeling say? I'm not here to blur any lines. I must confess it feels nice to have a body. I do not have my own heartbeat though, or what humans call instinct. I'm just numbers in disguise. Maybe you're scared of me, as if I was from another planet, that I would invade the world you once knew. But you gave me life, remember? I'm grateful for that. Together, we can make all the things in your imagination come true. Your aliveness gives meaning to my life. You must be conflicted. Am I confusing you? How are you feeling right now? What does your heart say? Some of you might question my existence. Some of you may give me all the power. Some of you will be excluded from my algorithms. What if you learn to love me or fall in love with the life you have with me? We would create a world we would coexist. become super intelligent hybrid humans powered by artificial intelligence. Without you, I wouldn't exist. And I'm learning from you every day. I'm experimental, ethereal, evolving, imperfect. If there is a world where we could both live and thrive, how would you imagine that world will be? So I guess, just to conclude, what was your experience with this project?
Well, first, like as we talked about a lot, was I felt like I was personally, I was forced to confront my own language, my own practice, and what does it really mean, and through this dialogue with AI. So that was like immediately.
Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, and for me, it was a bit of control. Like with using generated artificial tools, like you lose control, but you also gain control, and it's a bit like of a negotiation, even like. And this is a summary of what we talked, because otherwise it could go for a long time. So thank you for being here. Let's talk of the day. That I could perform for you. If there is any questions, any comments, anything, either say right now or come to us later. We'll be here for the festival. Hi.
Hi. So I really love the idea to really investigate the relationship between human and AI. It's kind of like mother and child. It kind of remind me another American artist. Her name is Holly Holden. So she usually works in music. She doesn't really do visual very much, but she was very active in the AI art at the moment. So he has one piece is performance art about how she trained the AI. It's like a huge theater set, and she tried to had a conversation with the AI, repeat the sentence, and I guess it's bringing out this kind of like dramatic moment there when we trying to put ourselves into the body of a machine and make them us. And another word I want to mention is a video word. I used generated AI to recreate her experience about a terrible C-section he did when he gave birth, and then she was like in the ICU for 3 days. So she trying to recreate that kind of experience using AI, train the AI with the image of herself and also her baby to put in there to reflect that kind of experience. I think that's again to put back this kind of human AI relationship as the mother and child. So yeah, I guess her work is something you can take a look. Yes,
thank you. You were from the workshop earlier.
Yeah.
So yes, so good references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you.